Sixth level students, thank you for watching this video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what time are you watching this video. So the idea is to show you with more details the passive voice in present simple. We were talking about that the last virtual class, but right now I want to give you more specific information with the grammar reference of our books. Yeah, so I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to show you my book. Okay, so here we have the grammar reference, and we're going to have this virtual video for our February 12th, 2021, or third class on this week. Okay, passive voice in simple present tense. We have this box. But first of all, I'm going to read the introduction. In the simple present tense, a passive sentence is formed with am, is, or are plus past participle. Positive statements, so we use the personal pronoun plus am, is, or are plus the verb in past participle. And we have the first example here. I am invited, known by many people. He is invited, known by many people. Negative, so we use the same personal pronoun, but now we will use the verb to be negative. I'm not, isn't, or is not, aren't, or are not. Okay, and in question we will start with verb to be, is, are. Then we will use the personal pronoun, and after that we are going to use the complement, yeah, with the question mark. Okay, so let's see the next facts. Number 2, a passive sentence describes what happened to a subject. It is different from an active sentence, which describes what a subject does. And we have 2 examples here. Yeah, the first one, the farmer picks the apples. This is active that I told you. Yes, the farmer picks the apples. So this is active. Yeah. And remember that if we use active voice, we have some structures or yes, we are going to use P.S for saying present simple affirmative, and then we open a parenthesis and it's active voice equal. Yeah, the farmer picks the apples. Yeah, this sentence is affirmative, present simple affirmative. The farmer picks the apples. So then we have the relative clause. So we change the object instead the subject. The apples, so this is plural, are picked by the farmer. Yeah, this is passive. So I'm going to show you that passive we are going to use P.S.affirmative parentheses passive voice. Yeah, equal the apples are, because it's plural, are picked by the farmer. Don't forget to use by because it's the preposition for the subject. And remember that you could use by the farmer, or what is the objective pronoun? By him. Both are correct. Then we have number 3. The object of the active sentence becomes the subject of the passive sentence. This is something that I showed you the last class, the second virtual class, in which we have to change the subject for the agent and the object for the subject. Yeah, and all the time the verb in passive voice is going to be in past participle. If it's a regular verb, no problem. You use at the end of the verb ed. But if you use irregular verb, be careful because sometimes it's going to change everything. The whole verb is going to be different. Okay, so let's continue. Passive voice is used to emphasize what happened to the subject. The agent causes the action is usually left out when it is considered unimportant. They are paid every month. Who pays them? It is not important. Number 5, to show the agent of an action in a passive sentence by is used. It is used when the agent is considered important. They are paid every month by the government. They are paid every month by the government. By. Okay. So this is pretty important for our classes to show you that in passive voice in present simple, the passive voice in present simple, so you have to change. Yeah. And in our classes, Yeah, in our classes, we are going to use these formulas. Yeah, to say present simple, present simple affirmative, active voice, present simple negative, active voice, and present simple question. We're going to use Q, active voice. Okay, this is the same for passive. The only thing that we're going to change is the letter A for P to say passive voice. Yeah, and we have the same formulas. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the student book. Yes, let's see the student book, unit number 7. In your case, it's unit number 2. And in this case, we have an example. Let's do the example. In the example, we are going to listen and complete the sentence. I'm going to zoom in here and let's listen together. Yeah. Yeah, so the grilled beef and the answer is served. Remember that the grilled beef, it's a singular word, so we use is. And the verb, it's a regular verb, so we use ed. The next one. Yeah, so in this case, we have Philly cheese sticks. So we have, in this case, an S, so it's plural. So we are going to use are made with slight stick. The third. Yeah, the chicken and vegetables are two words here. That's why we use are, and the verb in past participle are cooked in sauce and oil. Number 4. Yes, are grilled on sticks. So are, because we have two elements here, shrimps and vegetables. And baked potatoes. Potatoes, you know, it's plural, so we are going to use are, and we will check the verb. Yes. So are wrapped in foil. So are, because we have potatoes in plural, and the verb is ed. If you can consider here, the whole verbs in this activity are regular. Well, this is irregular. This is regular and regular. Only make and made is irregular. But most of the time we use regular verbs. But be careful. If it's an irregular verb, you have to check what is the past participle of that verb. Okay, so that's the activity that I want to show you. Yeah, and I hope to give you more information and more details about passive voice in present simple. The last class we talked about in general, but right now I want to show you the grammar reference and everything about the specific areas of how you are going to write down your sentences in passive voice in present simple. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice weekend.